Welcome back to our 2022 Scandinavian adventure. In last week's episode we finally got into Norway, our final destination of this trip, and despite having really high expectations, it delivered and then some. We went all the way along the south coast before heading to the lovely port of Stavanger, and then headed up a mountain on a train which was on the steepest railway in the world. So a lovely peaceful night last night. It's quite a little busy little park up this. A lot of the ships, there's a lot of buses coming through, which makes me wonder whether they're coming off sort of cruise ships which are stopping off. I don't think Borgund is that far from here. Bit more overcast this morning, not complaining though, because it's it's been so hot, so a bit misty over the mountains, which is quite cool. So we're in Gudvangen, I think that's how you pronounce it, in the Viking Valley. It's kind of like a living history Viking place, which is quite cool. Like, it's actually populated by people who stay here, but the setting is unbelievable. So again, another, we would have been coming down here anyway. I don't know, but anyway, yeah, I mean, it's stunning drive. So Viking Valley in Gudvangen is a living history museum staffed by volunteers, but also people who are permanently based there as well. They stay on site, and each of the volunteers has something to offer the sort of settlement, if you like. It costs 205 Norwegian kroner to get in, which is around about £17.50. A visit here comes highly recommended on TripAdvisor, and if you do come along, we do recommend that you take the tour as well, because it adds a little colour inside the lines when it comes to Viking life. There's a lot of fine craftsmanship on display, and you can buy directly from the craftspeople or from the shop. A lot of items made on site, and the good news is anything you buy goes towards the upkeep of the village. You can also try your hand at Viking weaponry here, although I have to say Steph was better than me at both the throwing axes and the archery.
They would try to entertain each other, they would do singing of course, but
And after the village scold regales you with tales of the Viking gods, make sure you take time to have a little walk around the area surrounding Gudvangen as well. The fjord is incredible, and it's sort of like picture perfect for the sort of environment you'd imagine the Vikings to come from.
So, we're currently in the longest road tunnel in the world, and we think it's called the Lardal Tunnel in Norway, obviously, that's where we are, and it's 24.5 kilometres long. Anything to say about that, Chris?
Well, driving through tunnels is not exactly like a rarity. I think this is the third really long one we've been through today, but I did watch a film a couple of months ago on one of the streaming services, a Norwegian disaster film called The Tunnel, I'm pretty sure it's called. Just don't watch that before you come here.
Cool story, dude.
So we're on the Royal High Road at the moment, which is like the ancient highway between east and west Norway. And kind of Norway in a nutshell, really. You know, you're driving down the road, it's mountainous, got a beautiful river, crystal clear obviously, and a massive waterfall. So just behind me there is one of a couple of stave churches you probably get to visit on a trip. Borgund Stave Church, pretty amazing structure. It's like 900 years old. And again, a little bit of a detour to get here, but a beautiful drive all the same. So yeah, worthwhile step in the wrong direction, if you like. Unfortunately, you've got to get here by about 5:15 to get in, and it's 5:45. Sod's law. But that's okay, you got to see it from the outside, which is quite cool anyway. So it's about 9 o'clock. Getting mosquitoed. Which hasn't been too bad since we've been here, but what a spot this is. Steph found this on Park for night. Apparently about a week ago somebody spotted a moose down by the stream down there. I'm just going to go over for a wander now. It's about 9 o'clock at night, still pretty bright up here. But yeah, just sleeping in with those mountains, those snow-capped mountains in the background. Pretty cool. So these parking places are fairly common over here. Well, throughout Scandinavia actually. It tends to be the case, like if you're in a town which has got a campsite, or if you're really close to like a major attraction, they tend to be a bit less sort of welcoming to people staying overnight, which I think is fair enough. But in an area like this, where you are stopping off in between places, we've just got this fantastic facility, you know, in a stunning location for nothing. There's toilets over there if you want to use them. Yeah, you can't fault it. So we haven't come too far now from our last stop, just maybe an hour and a half's drive. Yeah, just pulled up, so it's a really remote spot on the side of the road. It's a really busy road. There's a kind of really busy town called Bitterstollen just down the road there, and this is, I think, one of the ways you can get across to Oslo from this side as well. But yeah, another stunning park up. Yeah, free side of the road. Excellent. So as you can see, the weather took a bit of a turn for the worse. It's been raining all afternoon pretty much, and all those cool mists I was like trying to film yesterday over the mountains, over in the middle of them today, so no matter though. So a bit of a weird day yesterday. Weather wasn't great. We started up on the top of that mountain, drove quite a long way through mist, and ended up here. This is a place called Lom, and it's kind of nestled. It's like three valleys meeting, and there's just mountains everywhere. So a couple of Norway's highest mountains are very close to us now. We've got this amazing river. That colour, I think all the rain was like kicked up quite a lot of sediment. But yeah, lovely place. 390 kroner, which is about £35, something like that, to stay. So not the cheapest. And then showers you got to pay extra for, but obviously the toilets were included, and we did some washing as well, which obviously cost extra, but that's great because we've struggled with that on the trip so far. I'm just going to take a walk into Lom. It's a pretty interesting looking church there, and just to get a feel for the place, because it was so dismal yesterday we just came straight to the campsite. So another reason we didn't do much filming yesterday was we had the mother of all lions. So basically we were up on that mountain, and really probably for the first time on this trip, or maybe the second time, didn't have the roof open on the van because it's been so hot. We've had to sort of let as much air in as possible. So the beauty of that is you can close off all the blackout blinds. So I got up with Chilly about 9 o'clock, let her out for a wee, give her a breakfast, read my book for a bit. I was like, I might just shut my eyes for a bit. Woke up at 20 to 2. But yeah, it just shows you how sort of cozy and really kind of secluded you are in the van once everything's shut up in there. Just driven like halfway up a mountain, which was fun. But how cool is it? Literally. That's a glacier. This is Steph's thing, so I'll get to tell you about it in a minute.
So, it's a bit colder today.
Well, it is where we are, yeah.
Oh dear.
So Steph, tell people why we drove up the mountain.
So, there's like a man-made ice cave, so we're going for a guided tour in a couple of hours, but we thought we'd get up here first because it was quite a treacherous route. So we're just going to go and have a walk along this road because there's actually a glacier here, so we just walk up to the point of it first. We're going to go into the cafe, have a hot chocolate, and then go on our ice tour.
That's pretty awesome. It's kind of hard to tell how big that is from here. So tall. Fortunately, the mountain is cloaked in mist because I think it would have had a stunning view of that if it wasn't. But hey, not complaining.
So our tour starts with our guide demonstrating the permafrost breaking up under our feet as we're jumping up and down.
Huh? I feel like I'm in the thing.
The ice cave is over 400 square metres and the ice it's dug out of is actually 7,000 years old. The ice cave itself contains lots of ice sculptures of Norse mythology and even has its own theatre where we are shown a short documentary of how the ice cave was made. Whilst digging in the ice cave, artefacts were found showing evidence of hunting in the area going back thousands of years.
Yeah, so that was the totally cool ice cave in the climate park. Climate park.
Absolutely awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the ice cave tour that we've just been on is about 700 Norwegian kroner. It's about 30-35 quid each. It was well worth it. That place was amazing. And just the whole scenery up here is really cool as well, you know, just walking along to it, you know, the information that you get about everything is really, really cool.
Yeah, it's not every day you get to walk and see ice that's 6,000 or 7,000 years old, so that was pretty awesome. Also, a couple of other cool things done today. We parked in the highest park in Norway, apparently, driven along the highest road in Northern Europe, apparently. So yeah, it's been a good little excursion all around, really. So we're fairly sure we could stay up here, but it's
just started snowing.
Yeah, and we're a bit wary because the road's a bit dodge. It's okay, but I don't fancy going down a road like that in sort of sleet or snow really. So no. I think we're just going to get out here before it freezes. So yeah, shame though. It would have been cool to stay up with the glacier behind us and everything. So we've just come down from the mountain, so we're below the snow now. It's still quite chilly down here, but it's not anything like it was up the top there. We're in a stunning spot. I'm going to go out in a minute and take some video footage of it. It's just since we pulled in, it was completely
What did you say there, babe?
yeah, since we pulled in here, there was nobody in the car park, and since then there's another 3 vans pulled in here in the last like 3 or 4 minutes. So yeah, it's filling up, but yeah, cracking spot for the night anyway. So it's about 9 o'clock this morning. I don't know how long this weather's going to hold, but it is stunning this morning. So all that mist and sort of rain has petered away, and yeah, we've just got this stunning view in glorious sunshine. So we're going to drive a little bit further up this valley today. There's another Stave church that I really want to go and visit, which is just slightly off our route, so we're going to do that. And then I think we're going to be heading back out towards the coast a little bit then, but this time in the mountains has been absolutely unbelievable. It's really, you know, without exaggerating, it's like absolutely blown our minds. It's the most beautiful place we've ever been. And the other beautiful places we've been lucky enough to visit, places like Yosemite Valley and like Western Canada and Highlands of Scotland even are, you know, fantastic. But this place is like those places in many ways, but it's like somebody's XL'd it. It's kind of it's just been a fantastic few days. Yeah, we're all reminded of a very important lesson we learn in life, and I don't mean the one about sensible footwear. I mean, don't eat yellow snow. So this is the stop at the Sonjefellshytte, and there's a lovely walk around the little lake here, and a slight detour up to the viewpoint where you can see not 1, not 2, but 3 glaciers at least. Oh, yeah. I thought yesterday was a very photogenic day. I think today might top it, to be honest. Absolutely gorgeous day. Oh, honestly, this place is just, I don't know, indescribable really. It's the prettiest place I've ever been, you know. And we've been to the Rockies, which is quite a lot like this, but these mountains just go on forever and ever. Crazy. qualifies as a decent view. Next up, another stave church. Now, stave refers to the method of construction of these wooden churches, many of which date back almost 1,000 years to the onset of Christianity in Norway. In this particular church, many of the elements inside, including the carvings on top of the columns and that sculpture of Christ on the wall, date back to the 12th century. So I'm here at Urnes Stave Church, and as you can see, it's a beautiful thing. It's one of Norway's oldest, most best preserved stave churches. Dates back to 1150. I know the inside was changed in the 16th century quite a bit. The actual building itself dates back to that period. But I got a bit of a weird reason for coming here, so not particularly religious anymore, notwithstanding my name. And whilst I do like a bit of architecture, that's not the only reason for coming. I had a piece of this tattooed on me about 10 years ago from the North Portal, and at the time I didn't know what it was from Adam really. I was just looking for a really striking bit of Viking style imagery. Never in my life did I think I'd be stood here and see the North Portal for myself, and I'm glad I did because it was awesome. As you can see, the view as you're walking up to the church isn't too bad either. It's a bit of a walk. It's probably about 400 or 500 meters, and all of it is kind of on a decent slope. So there is parking up by the church, but it's probably not suitable for particularly big vehicles, I wouldn't say. And if the car park's full, you're a bit stuffed then really. I was going to video this on the way up, but at this point I thought I was going to just keel over and die, so I don't think anybody needed to see that, to be honest. Stop cheering. So we've just parked up in Skjolden on the Lustrafjorden. It was about half an hour from Urnes Stave Church. 150 krona, not really any facilities or anything, but a beautiful setting. I don't know if you can see behind me. There's a gorgeous river running through here. Just going for a wander, see what's in the town.